make it across to the other side. The first thing I do with my students is set goals. And I tell them to dream big, so we set short-term goals and long-term goals. And sometimes that's really difficult for some of them because tomorrow's not even promised,
The only family sometimes is gangs. They're looking for people and they're looking for environments where they feel they could fit in.
For some of them, I'll see some of the results during the year, and some of them, I'm only going to be able to give them the tools to build that future that they want. And maybe I might come off as a big brother, but I kind of want to come more as like that uncle, that uncle that pulls you aside. I'm going to tell you what your parents told you, but I'm not your father, so I can tell you in a different way.
Our first lesson was us just talking, getting to know each other because he didn't want to feel awkward, so it's been smooth sailing.
When we come in and we talk about and treat them with respect and ask them for their input as leaders of this program, then they see us in a different light, like, wow, this adult is treating me different than others. And I tell them when we do set that agreement, I let them know that anything that they say here stays here and that they can come and talk to me about absolutely anything.
He's talking to you and not to everybody. Like, he just focused on you.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. Welcome to the promised land. I'm here for you with whatever decisions you make. I'm going to be here tomorrow no matter what. Whether you did get in trouble again or whether you made the 180, right? I'm still going to be here.
I always tell her what's going on and then she tells me to do the right things.
What is that? That's your lungs when you smoke so much. When you talk to them, they know if you're putting a facade or if you're being real with them. And if when you're real with them, those students are more likely to open up and have that trusting bond with you.
Like, I can trust him because like he tells me stuff about his life too.
Sometimes like if you're having a bad day, you could just like sit there and just like tell him about it or talk about it.
I can't just come out and say, how do you like your mother? How is your relationship with your mom? What's the hardest thing you've ever had to deal with? They wouldn't tell me that right off the bat. So the important thing is to treat them as you'd want to be treated. With time, you kind of get to know them. Now we kind of have a stronger relationship, more open communication, and I just know what to expect from them.
We're starting to see finally the fruits of our efforts. Our advice and our guidance is really being well received by our students.
They're trying to find themselves and trying to find who they are and what they represent and what they want to do.
They're talking about my mom, and then I got mad and I wanted to suck them. But
if we don't express those emotions or let them out and vent them, then we can get into a situation where we can't control our emotions and then we make decisions that we'll regret later on. Know that we're really giving them advice for their benefit, not because, they're gonna get in trouble or they're gonna have some consequence, but because we actually care about them and we're trying to have them achieve the goals that they told us they wanted to achieve.
Fulfilling a goal that she's always had.
Because I want to go to the Lamont Institute. And like we look it up, it's like a cosmetology school. And you do hair, nails, and makeup.
What would be the name of the shop that I opened up? What would be my specialty? They're on Instagram and Facebook. Should I start following Instagram accounts of professional makeup artists? What's my style? And so for her, it's like not just getting connected to cosmetology school, but start thinking like, what can I do after that?
Jonathan's new to us this year, and he has been amazing. He's very motivated, he's very passionate about helping, he's very intelligent, but yet very approachable, and has just fit in from day one.
That's okay. I'll let it go this time.
One thing I really love about Jonathan is he got right in, introduced himself to the staff, got to know the staff, the teachers, and so he's been just very collaborative with us, which has been obviously great for the students.
Most of the time it takes a whole team with certain students, and I think that's where the mentors come in, is that they're part of that team.
But you see it in the classroom. When kids are having issues, they can get pulled out of the classroom and they come back with a different attitude.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pass this around and you're just going to go ahead and flick it and see where it lands. Whatever emotion you land on, you're going to express where you felt this emotion.
I've seen the impact they have on my own students regarding behavior, motivation, because it lets me engage them. It lets me direct their focus into what we're doing in the classroom.
But good.
Some of the students that may not have a positive role model are getting that. They're getting someone to speak to them about appropriate behavior and providing insight onto the possibilities of life.
My GPA is a 3.12. Language arts and EOD have B's.
2.11.
My challenges are for this year is to graduate and I'll raise the GPA in my grades.
Unfortunately, some of them don't make it. If they make a bad decision, I can't take it on as necessarily my responsibility. So it is sometimes tough because we're so emotionally invested in these students. You know, I may have lost one, but I still have another 20 that I have to be here 100% and really give them my full attention.
You gotta run, John, come on.
You kind of want to take a little bit of them and a little bit of you, and somewhere in there is a great mentoring session where I have some perspective and they have experience, and together there's growth. There's some kind of like amazing thing that's gonna happen.
I thought it was gonna be boring and like it was fun. I just thought like D's and F's, and then like and then now they're all like A, B's, and C's. I don't have lowers than C.
I can just see Brian writing something all weird. I can't do it. It feels good to have, you know, that little extra push in life. I want to become a cop, and like before I came here, it was more than like a distant thought, but now I like strive to become that cop.
We're at that point now where the breakthroughs have been made, and now it's like I'm always asking myself, what else can I leave them with?
I really enjoyed it. I thought I was never going to be able to work with middle-aged students, and I actually enjoyed it so much. I've learned a lot from them. They've really taught me a lot, too, about myself.
I would talk things out with her. Last year I would get in a lot of problems in drama, but then I met her and she made me get out of problems.
Pues más que nada yo le doy gracias a Miss Nancy, ¿verdad? Que es la que me ayudó con mi niña, a pesar de que pues ha habido problemas en la casa. Ella me la ayudó a superar, a ser otra niña más alegre, más avanzada. Pues la verdad yo estoy muy contenta y agradecida con ustedes, porque sin ustedes mi hija yo creo no hubiera sido nada.
She feels so proud of me because mostly none of my brothers and sisters didn't graduate, and I'm gonna be the first one to graduate.
Now I'm positive that I'm gonna graduate. 1 A, 3 B's, and the rest are C's. Mr. Merced, he helped me with some work, and then we focused on the classes I had a lower grade on.
When they see that they actually can do these things and can, you know, surpass not only staff's expectation or their family's expectation, but their own expectations, and that really like fuels their flame to like, wow, the possibilities are endless. When I see their progress, I feel amazing, like really proud of myself and proud of them and all the progress that they have made. And this program itself, right? We also see progress within ourselves. This program is intended to develop our students, but it's also meant to develop our members, right, professionally.
I love doing community health and community-based interventions. That's where my route is taking me. And so it'll start in Washington, D.C. And it'll build off of what I've done here.
I've seen a lot of change in most, if not all, my mentees. I am really proud of all their work and their accomplishments. And as an adult, sometimes you think you know everything, but in reality, they can teach you a thing or two.
There's no better feeling than serving one's own community, because I feel like I see myself in my students. So to any mentor out there that's considering doing it, being a mentor, I highly recommend it. It's like the most rewarding